Man, you hit that with a fury.
I mean, that's what happens when we've gone for like, what, 2 weeks?
We've been gone for 1 week.
We haven't recorded an actual episode. We're sitting down here since the 21st of November.
That night we recorded 2 episodes.
I'll say 1.5.
Oh, okay, 1.5. It ended up being 45 minutes long. But that's fine.
It was the longest interview ever.
Not ever, but it was a pretty long interview. I'm not gonna lie.
Which one, though? Brandon's?
Oh, Brandon's. When it died twice. Computer shut down on me twice. Hasn't done that since, so hopefully it won't do that again.
So, what a great weekend.
It's a pretty good weekend, man.
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
10 seconds left.
8 rebounds. 10 rebounds for Trey Scott.
4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2. 1. It's over. Cincinnati 62. Xavier 47. As bragging rights go to the Bearcats, and Cincinnati fans get to gloat for the next 12 months. And down goes Xavier.
Got him.
I've been waiting to use that one since we started this podcast.
So, as anyone who considers himself a fan of Cincinnati should know by now, UC beat Xavier.
If you're a fan of basketball, you should know by now.
I don't know. I mean, I'll give people an excuse this year. Having us in the 2 o'clock slot on a Saturday.
It was a horrible slot. And then we got preempted by West Virginia.
West Virginia, Pittsburgh in a game that was a blowout by about 15 points. And people who were at the bars, because everybody's like, oh, just turn on the app and you can watch it. That's what I did. Why didn't you turn on the app?
Well, I did not pay for this cable service so that I could turn on an app to watch the game.
Well, I mean, we were at the game, so
well, that's true too.
There was that. But if you were at a bar, you didn't get to watch the first 8.5 minutes of play.
You shouldn't have been at a bar. You should have been at the game.
But it only held 12, 5, 1, 3.
I mean, it's technically only supposed to hold 12, 0, 1, 2.
Correct.
But
if you don't know, that's Oscar Robertson, 0, Oscar Robertson. But instead, it held Oscar Robertson, Cincinnati.
Which was fitting for the game since we dominated.
I loved it. It was sexy. And there's only one team on that court at the end of the night that
is from Cincinnati.
Wore Cincinnati. Yep.
And that's us.
Norwood State had to go back home.
Norwood State. I love that Xavier's Barstool had to do that. I love that Xavier's Barstool actually owned up to their end of the bet.
They did.
You know what? Shout out to you.
So, real quick, 62-47 was the final score. We did beat them by 15. Anybody who watched the game saw the monster that can be this Cincinnati defense. It was a little ridiculous.
It was a little amazing.
It was so good. Trey Scott finished with 10. Keith Williams finished with 16. Jaron Cumberland finished with 19. Justin Jennifer is leading the nation in his assist to turnover ratio. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did see that. I did see that.
So for a team that isn't often heralded on its offense, the things that we are doing on offense ever since the abysmal first half we played against Ohio State, that we definitely been coming around. Like I said earlier, we haven't done a show since the 21st, so just to catch you up on scores that have been all things UC, since the 21st of November, we played George Mason and won 71-55 at home. We went to Ole Miss where we beat them 71-57. We put a hurting on Arkansas Pine Bluff, 105-49 at home, and then traveled out to UNLV where we won 65-61. Came back home against Northern Kentucky where we won 78-65, and now we had the Crosstown Shootout. So getting back to the Crosstown Shootout, which is the game of importance, the game that I truly want to talk about. That's 9 wins in a row after losing to Ohio State.
Which sounds horrible now.
Losing to Ohio State?
I mean, I wish we came out with that intensity that we came out with.
I mean, Ohio State right now is currently ranked in the top 15 in both polls, I believe. If not, it's damn near the top 15 in both. With that said, though, we are currently 29th in the AP and 27th in the coaches poll. I don't know. I mean, so we have seen in the 10 games, Keith Williams is becoming a star on the offensive side.
Keith Williams is my spirit animal.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
Trey Scott, he's also maturing very, very well. Jarrett, yeah, I've seen him kind of growing as
You
a
mean
leader.
Crosstown Cumberland? Hashtag Crosstown Cumberland.
So Jaren's growing as a leader, and he doesn't even have to lead every night, which has been an actual pleasant surprise. Like, even on nights when he's scoring single digit or in the low double digits, most of the other guys are coming up and
That's true.
having good nights. Kane Broom has been adjusting pretty well from what I've seen to his role of coming off the bench. You got to feel firsthand the electricity that can be this new arena.
Dude, that arena's loud.
Having the entire court surrounded by fans, though, makes a world of difference, I think.
It was crazy loud.
The acoustics are good. I don't know. I mean, just having everybody around the court instead of just side, and then the students
So I was thinking about it. You would think that place wouldn't be as loud since they
have less people.
with that, and because it's an open arena now. Where
It's much
before we
more
had
open,
walls
right?
for it to bounce off of.
Mm-hmm.
They must have done something.
Yeah, they put in acoustics.
Like, not, but no. I mean, they did something, dude. That place was loud.
It doesn't hurt that you are beating Xavier at home.
That always helps.
Gets everybody up.
You know what also helps? When former Xavier players want to go ahead and talk smack about your coach.
Are you referring to
Kareem Cantor?
Yeah.
First of all, shame on the Enquirer for posting
reporting that?
Reporting that
It's clickbait.
yeah, that's all it was. They said that Mick was talking trash about Kareem Cantor. All he said was that he surprised us last year. A guy who doesn't ever make threes made like 6 of them.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great game last year. He was the third leading scorer when all was said and done at the end of the year. I believe he averaged somewhere around, 10, 12, something like that. So it's not like he couldn't score, but when you're only making 5, 6 shots a game
Right.
on average.
So Kareem has to get on Twitter and say, 1, put some respect to my name. Stop it. 2, clearly you didn't do your job of scouting. He did scout you. You're not supposed to score that many points, you idiot. 3, you got zipped up. Why is Xavier still using that?
I mean,
Why are their fans still saying zipped up?
Ask your brothers.
Why?
Your brothers still insist on using those hashtags.
I just don't understand.
And
It's horrible for the school.
I think it'll go away. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of lame at this point.
It's super lame at this point.
It was funny maybe the first year or two.
Once.
I'm over it, but
I'm over it too.
so what do you think about this team? I feel like we have a pretty good idea now as to who this team is. They're building an identity for themselves.
I still think we actually have some surprises on this team.
I think we definitely have some room to grow for sure.
Well, that's true too. Absolutely true. I still don't think we're going to make a deep tournament run, but
I don't know that anybody outside of Duke and Gonzaga, and who just upset Gonzaga this week? Tennessee? Was it Tennessee?
I can't remember.
Somebody upset Gonzaga. In any case, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, how much room? Where do you want to see people grow? I'd like to see certain players grow.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, I would have loved to have seen some more Logan Johnson in that game.
Yeah, he did tend to rely on some of the older guys because we didn't get to see a whole lot of Rashawn Fredericks. We didn't see a whole lot of Soseme.
We didn't see a lot of Trevor Moore, although when he did come in, he hit that big 3.
He did, which was good. That's got to be great for his confidence.
Oh, for sure.
He's been off all year.
After being yanked off the bench and sent to the back for getting... Did he get a technical or something? I can't remember now. He said something to a ref.
Trevor Moore did?
Yeah.
During that game?
No.
Oh.
3 games ago.
Okay, see, being up up top
Yeah.
so high. You don't see those.
Oh, yeah, I
things.
think it was at home game, too. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. I mean, I would like to see Trevor Moore continue to start hitting those types of shots. I'd like to see some of. I mean, Trey Scott. I don't know how that he can grow much more. To be quite honest with you,
Trey Scott came alive in that NKU game, and then he just continued it.
No, he was definitely riding that wave,
and I'm loving it. And he has emotion.
Yeah, I mean, you saw when he was coming down the court. I'm sure you saw that same clip that I did on Twitter, where he's, "You can't guard me."
Oh yeah, him and Crosstown Cumberland, because they were getting a little chippy. I actually rewatched the game on Sunday night.
Yeah,
on the ESPN app.
Yeah,
and towards the end of that game, when they knew they were getting beat, they were definitely getting a little chippy. But I loved it. Yeah, when he turned around to Zach Hankins, Hanky McSpanky, and said, "You can't guard me."
I'd like to see Brooks use his body some more.
Yeah.
Nasir Brooks, I feel like he could be a lot more dominant down low than he is.
Also, I would love to see Eric Hicks come in and work with Suseme.
Okay.
Suseme's a big body, kind of like Eric was.
I mean, he's definitely the biggest body out of our big men that, tend to hang down low.
I mean, I think if Eric got some time in there with him, I don't know. I mean, he could be nastier.
Well,
throw that body around. Don't worry about the fouls.
Only time will tell.
Did you hear what Goodwin said after the game?
You'll have to be more specific.
Quentin Goodwin?
Okay. No.
He said, I ain't never seen a defense like this. I got it right here. Hold on.
I really don't know. I ain't never seen no defense like it. But
volume up.
That's as loud as it goes.
Oh,
it only
right.
The person who recorded it only got it
okay.
one speaker. But I mean, basically, he's like, and it's true because the defense we were playing during that game wasn't there. We only got a shot. They only got one shot clock violation, but still, the defense that we were playing on, there was bodies on the ground. Yeah. I mean, even when
they're flying to the ball.
Even when my boy, the walk-on,
Sam Martin?
Yeah, even when Sam Martin came on, he was flying on the floor.
Sam Martin does that when he's in, though. He gives it his all.
Well, and Dan Dachik, as much as I don't like him, he did say in that broadcast, if you're going to play for a mixed team, your body's going to be on the floor.
Sure.
Yeah, so apparently he likes us, by the way.
Dakic?
Yeah.
Well, we don't like him. So we do have an announcement from today that UC has now scheduled Tennessee for a home and away series for the next 2 years. For those of you who don't know, Tennessee is currently ranked 3 in the AP poll. It's kind of a big deal. So that means next year we have home games scheduled out of conference against Tennessee and UNLV. We have
and OSU.
We have away games out of conference scheduled against OSU and Xavier.
And NKU.
If you want to mention them.
I mean,
we have
NKU. Hold on a second.
They didn't play well.
They did not play well, but they are a better team than what they showed out last week.
They didn't play well.
I'm not saying it just because I graduated from there. I'm telling you, they're a better team. You remember seeing them play against Kentucky?
I'm just saying they didn't impress me.
Kentucky a run for money.
They didn't impress me.
Well,
we also have neutral games set up against Iowa, which is going to be played in Chicago. And we are also part of the Paradise Jam tournament, which I believe is down in St. Martin in the Caribbean.
How do we get press passes for that one?
Right. And other schools that are going to be in that tournament include Bowling Green State, Fordham. If you remember, Steph Curry went to Fordham.
Yes, I do.
Grand Canyon. I've never even heard of them.
Yeah.
Illinois State, Nevada.
GCU, Grand Canyon University. You never seen the commercials?
No.
Okay.
Nevada, if you remember, they're the ones who knocked us out last year in the tournament.
I don't want to talk about it.
Valpo and Western Kentucky. Those are going to be the 7 other schools.
Western Kentucky's a strong school.
They are underrated. So, anything else you got on UC basketball? I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I mentioned something on Twitter, and I'd like to mention it again.
All right.
I need the type of intensity that we had in that Xavier game every week.
All right, good luck with that.
No, well, okay, maybe not that same level of intensity, but like I said on Twitter, when you have Terry Nelson in the middle of a broadcast slapping hands with the players as they're coming off the court being subbed, I would have loved to hear what that sounded like. And then, you can attest to this, there were a lot of former players at the game.
I mean, you had SK sitting courtside.
Corey Blunt
Was there talking before the game to Fifth Third account holders.
Yeah.
You had to have a Fifth Third account to get in.
I mean, we didn't go in.
We did not.
We didn't go in.
But you got your little jersey towel thing.
I'm about to bring that down here.
Huh.
But we've seen Kenyon come back this year.
We did.
We've seen, well, Alex is at all the games.
Meech.
I just think
we
that
got to hang out with Melvin Levitt.
Mel
again.
was there.
Yeah.
Mel was at the game. DeMar, obviously, he's an assistant coach.
Jaquan.
He was at the game.
Jaquan Parker.
Was he there?
Well, he's a coach also.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then we saw Kevin.
Yeah.
I think there was a couple other players there that I missed. But what we need is them coming to the games.
If they're local, yeah. I mean, it makes a ton of sense.
And if they're not local, if they can make it in for a game or two, even if it's away, I'm down with it. Because that's what the players need and that's what the program needs. These are players who built this program, right?
Well, yeah, if you go to a game at, Kentucky or Duke or,
right.
There's always going to be
a former player
sitting there somewhere.
Right.
And for that matter, a staple at UC games for as long as I can remember is Oscar Robertson, and he has yet to be at
We're
a
on
single
Oscar
game.
Watch.
We are. I've been on Oscar Watch. I told you this.
I'm not sure what's going on with that.
So far this year, Kenyon sat in his seat, as has
SK.
So I don't know what's going on there, but it's not a good look.
But I'm going to have to call out my guy, Nick Lachey. He wasn't there.
Well, that's your boy.
But all I'm saying is we need some of these former players there. It's good for our players, and it's good for the university. And I think it just helped. That's what I'm saying. If we get Max Seal to come in and work with Suseme a little bit. Did I say Max Seal? I meant Eric Hicks. Hey, Max Seal can come in too.
People used to say I looked like Nick Lachey. I don't see it.
No, sir. I don't see it. Those people lied to you.
That's fine.
Those people lied to you.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's my little rant.
One last thing on UC.
Corey Blunt agrees.
Gary Clark signed a deal. Gary Clark signed a deal for 3 years.
$3.4 million.
All right. So congratulations, Gary Clark.
I just want to know how much did McCara sign?
Still getting them digs in.
How about Edmond?
Keep them going.
Yeah, okay. Just saying.
To which you might be countered with blew it.
Why? He blew it.
He's playing pro, right? He's down in New Orleans. No,
I meant Sumner's playing with Indiana.
That's not who I was asking about. So blew it. Anyway, so congratulations, Gary Clark. And yeah, I know there's basically they have an out in the second and third years.
Oh, he is playing with the Pelicans.
That's what I thought. So moving on to UC football.
I don't have a sound clip for that.
That's fine.
Okay.
So since our last episode, we did win senior night against Eastern Carolina, 56-6. Unfortunately, it was the same weekend of Thanksgiving, and I was out of town and unable to attend that game. So I did end up missing the last 2 home games against South Florida and ECU. Kind of sad I missed the senior night because I loved watching this football team this year.
That's the other thing.
What?
Did you see my man Warren dancing on the sidelines?
I did in the shootout.
I think they're going to put a camera on him all games.
So Luke Fickell won the AAC Coach of the Year, and that award single-handedly pissed off a ton of UCF fans.
Well, that's fine.
Because they're like, we're undefeated, give the award to our guy. And it's like, you were undefeated last year. I mean...
And as soon as you lost your quarterback, you lost.
They have not lost yet.
I thought they lost this weekend.
They didn't.
All right, well, okay, I failed.
Be better. Some other awards, though, for this year. James Smith, our punter, was a finalist for the Ray Guy Award. He was one of 3. He was also the Football Writers Association of America All-American second team. He was third team for the AP All-American. And then some of the players who were voted for the AAC All-Conference first team included senior offensive tackle Dino Boyd, senior defensive tackle Cortez Broughton. I'm going to miss the hell out of that guy. Junior linebacker Perry Young, and, of course, sophomore punter James Smith. Second team for the AAC All-Conference included senior center Garrett Campbell, junior tight end Josiah DeGuara, sophomore running back Michael Warren II, senior defensive tackle Marquise Copeland, senior defensive end Kamoni Fitz, and sophomore safety James Wiggins. We got a bowl coming up. We're going bowling this year, Eb.
I like the bowl.
Finished 10-2. It was a great bounce back season, man.
No, it was. Compared to last year's season?
Yes.
I mean, nobody expected that.
No.
No one expected it. I'm down with it. And Fick's not going anywhere.
I
know
think
his
he
name.
is. Not, at least not yet.
You know what my boy Fick was doing while I was waiting for bowl game announcements?
I don't.
Yard work.
Good.
You know what kind of yard work he was?
Nope.
Man's work.
Huh.
Chopping logs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's a lumberjack.
He's a blue-collar boy.
So we are playing the 6-6 Virginia Tech Hokies. I feel a couple different ways about that matchup. I would like to see us against someone better than 6-6 Virginia Tech Hokies, first off. Second off, it's a revenge game. Because Virginia Tech has beat us in, I believe, the last 2 bowl games we played against them.
Yes, they have, I believe.
So, with that said, I'm excited to see what these guys can do against Virginia Tech. One of the players who I don't believe was mentioned in the awards that I did mention, I think he was in like some writers talking about who freshman teams were. Maybe he was part of the AAC all-freshman team. I'm not really sure. But Desmond Ridder had a hell of a season. And I know it was a big announcement this week that we got a quarterback commit from outside the city. I don't remember what school he went to.
We got a commit from Michigan.
That's a different.
That's a transfer. Yeah,
right. That's an offensive lineman. But we did get a quarterback this week, and I can't remember for the life of me what his name or where he's from. But in any case, Desmond Ridder had a hell of a season, and I look forward to seeing that kid develop.
It's absolutely
been a lot of fun.
And Michael Warren.
Well, I mean, that goes without being said because he made the all-conference second team.
Would you say Desmond Ridder is probably the second best quarterback next to Tony Pike?
For UC?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I think so.
Well,
Tony Pike needs a statue.
Tony Pike was very, very good and probably the best. But I don't think you – I think you're too quick to forget Gino Guidugli.
I'm not too quick to forget.
And what was the dude who had the bionic arm?
Oh, what was that guy's name?
Because he was a beast too, and if we could have kept him, because he lost pretty much a whole year to his injuries. I can't remember his name either.
This is why we need a statue.
So once again, here comes the kickoff from Luke Briggs, and he looks to kick it deep again. Gilliard back at the in the second quarter. They have fought and scrapped and battled, and they lead by 1 with 10 seconds to go. A 12-0 regular season on the line. Stull is under center. He will fake a handoff as he drops back. Curtis Young's got him. It's a sack at the 10, and the UC Bearcats have done it. 3 seconds on the clock. Cincinnati will win it outright. Big East champion.
I definitely
3 seconds to go. Can take their first. 23-year-old Tony Pike waits for the snap. Has the football. Short drop. Lobs one down the sideline for Binns. He's got it. Touchdown. 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 Armand Binns catches a perfect throw. There's a penalty flag back at the 30-yard line. It's on Pitt. Touchdown. Now the Bearcats with 33 seconds.
Where were you when that happened?
Watching the game.
I was in Lowe's. I was in Home Depot's parking lot.
Yeah, you're never watching the game.
Whatever.
Ben Mock was the guy with the bionic arm.
Yes.
Who I could not remember.
Who then went on to play for the Cincinnati Commandos, went undefeated except for the one game they lost on purpose, and won the first CIFL championship.
There you go.
Continental Indoor Football League.
Also, Gunnar Kiel could have been so good.
That's true too.
I wish he had been better.
Be better, Connor.
Zach Claris was a lot of fun to watch.
Claris was fun.
Gino Gaduli and then Tony Pike are probably my 1-2.
But none of them had that sound clip from Dan Horde.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Moving on. FCC.
There's a national TV audience tonight, so let's let them know right there and say, this is Cincinnati! They need to know who we are! And what we want to do is we want to love! We love that! We love that! And where you go, we'll follow! We'll follow! We'll follow! Cause we support the daddy! The daddy! The daddy! And that's the way we like it! We like it! We like it!
So I wish that was still the clip where it was like the remix.
Oh, forgot about that clip.
It's so good.
That might be on the old computer.
Anyway, FCC had their expansion draft today. So big news there with FCC. So as I run through the names of the players that we picked up, I'm also going to give the grade that...
We got more winning to do! Cincinnati is big enough for...
Yes.
I'm also going to give the grades that they got according to Jeff Reuter of The Athletic, without going into too much detail about these guys. But there is a pretty good article by Jeff Reuter where he breaks down all these players on The Athletic if you want to check that out.
Checking it out.
So, Darren Maddox, forward, we picked him up from DC United. He was rated a C-. Roland Lama, he's a midfielder. We picked him up from FC Dallas. He's rated a C+. Eric Alexander, he is a midfielder from the Houston Dynamo, and he was rated a B. Hassan Ndam is a center back. We picked him up from the New York Red Bulls. He is rated an A.
Red Bulls 1 or 2?
1.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Greg Garza, he's a defender coming from the recently just won the MLS Cup, Atlanta United FC. He is rated a C-. Now, we didn't draft Greg Garza. We actually traded for him. And Kendall Watson, a defender from the Vancouver Whitecaps. He was also acquired via trade when we traded one of our draft picks, Key Kamara, and that is rated an A to a B, which was yet to be determined depending on the money that had to move to get him. Also worth mentioning that we are keeping so far from our team last year. Forwards, Fernando Adi and Emery Welshman. I think I missed one there, maybe. Midfielders.
Keeping a lot of guys.
We're keeping 11, which apparently is really, that's I guess a lot.
It is more than any other expansion team has. Yes. But there's a lot of controversy over that.
Over keeping all these guys.
So there's a lot of fans who are weary, maybe, of keeping a lot of these players who we had back in the USL. But you got to remember, and I forget who said it. Somebody said it. It's probably Mo's show. That FC Cincinnati has been signing these players while in the USL
with intent of bringing
them. Right. So I mean, these aren't scrubs. They're not
like
scrubs.
Nazmi Al-Badawi and Fernando Adi.
And we picked up that contract from the goalkeeper. I can't think of his name right now.
Spencer Ritchie.
Yeah, that's him.
Yep.
So
yeah, some of the other guys that we are keeping. Midfielders Fatai Alash, Corbin Bone, Emmanuel Ledesma, Jimmy McLaughlin, Nazmi Al-Modawi, as I previously mentioned, and then the goalkeeper as well, Spencer Ritchie. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, I missed a couple when I was taking my notes, so I do apologize for that.
That's okay. I'll forgive you.
Any news going on with the? Did they break ground and have they figured out?
Oh, they're still.
Yeah,
building.
they already broke ground.
There's a field. They've already got the outdoor field set up. They got new lights set up. They've started the foundation of the building, and then I mean they're still moving along on it. Like I said, there is an outdoor field already.
Cool.
So, the other thing I saw on Twitter, I wanted to run this past you. What fan club or support group was Max a part of? He was part of the Pride, right?
I believe so.
They're accepting applications for 2019 memberships.
Ruh-roh.
$20.
A 20 spot, huh?
20 spot.
Twomp.
I'm wondering if we should put in a pardon the punctuation application.
Can it work for 2 people?
I don't know. We get a scarf, a membership card, members only Slack group. That's an app.
I know what Slack is.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
That's what we use for our fantasy football.
Not
PTPs, but the league I'm in.
And then access to member-only events, elections, pub crawls. That's my furnace. And membership meetings.
Huh.
And then you get a scarf.
That's what you're all about.
Yeah.
You think they're all going to have to get new scarves for MLS?
Yes.
I'd imagine.
But I think in soccer, scarves are like a thing, right? I think the scarves are like bobbleheads.
I feel like you should do a new scarf every year anyway.
Oh, absolutely. And since and other big MLS news, we get to talk about MLS news now. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Other big MLS news. It sounds like Columbus is going to keep the crew.
I think that was pretty much a foregone conclusion.
I thought it was a good shot. They were going to go to Texas.
Texas Forever Street.
Texas Forever Street.
Texas Forever Street.
Texas Forever.
Yo, everybody, listen up. Let's do it. Let's touch God this time, boys. Let's touch God.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. But
yeah.
So
the state of Ohio is giving them like
$17 million to build a new stadium.
I don't even know. How much?
We got $4 million.
Oh, I knew we were getting 4.
If that.
How much of? I wonder what the percentage of the stadium that's paying for. And are they keeping where their stadium currently is located?
No, they were talking about moving it to downtown Columbus. So currently their stadium is located on the Ohio State Fairgrounds.
Yeah, I mean you drive past it right as you're going through Columbus to get to Cleveland.
You park in their parking lot at the State Fair.
I hate their stadium.
It looks ugly.
It looks like a giant, like, high school field.
It does. It looks like, I guess Elder's one of the biggest programs around here. I mean, it looks like it could be like Elder could play there.
It's almost like a cheaper version of UD's, like University of Dayton's.
Their intramural football field?
No.
Oh.
Their actual football field.
Oh, okay.
Like giant bleachers like that.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's metal. It looks worse than Paul Brown Stadium.
It's...
and that's hard to do.
I mean, I understand it was one of the first stadiums for the MLS before MLS became like a thing. So maybe you didn't want to dump a ton of money into something that was going to be a sinking ship or something.
That's okay. We can give them that.
Anyway.
We can give them that.
Anything else you got on FCC? We did our job.
I think we actually did that one pretty well.
We did our job.
All right.
Moving on to the most depressing topic here in the city of Cincinnati, the Bengals.
Gotta do a better job. We have to keep doing a better job. Again, it just goes back to the better job. But we got to do a better job. We have to get them to understand how to do their jobs better. No matter who's in the game, they've got to do a better job. We got to do a better job. We have to. We've got to do a better job. We've not done a great job. We got to do a better job. We got to do, kind of a better job. Got to do a better job. We just got to do a better job. Anything else? Okay.
So it sounds like we just have to do a better job.
Be better.
Shout out to Brandon Sejo. Is that how you pronounce his name? WLWT Sports is the gentleman who talked to us right before Bearcat Jam.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Shout out to him for putting that compilation together.
It's pretty good.
We just got to do a better job.
Just do a better job.
What do we got to do a better job at, Aaron?
Well, so...
Oh, timeout. Sorry. Big FC Cincinnati news. I can't believe I skipped this over.
All right.
I can't believe this. It's official. As of today, Skyline Chili, official chili of FC Cincinnati.
Huh.
They're officially a Cincinnati team.
Well, while we're going back and correcting things on FCC, I found who I missed.
Punctuation pardon.
Yeah, immediate punctuation pardon before. Anyway.
Go for it.
So midfielders were Fatai Lash, Corbin Bone, Emmanuel Ledesma, Jimmy McLaughlin, Nazmi Al-Badawi, and defenders that we were keeping are Forrest Lasso, Blake Smith, Justin Hoyt, and I guess Nazmi can also be considered a defender as well. And that's all according to Cincinnati Enquirer. Anyway, so back to the Bengals. So we have lost back-to-back games to Cleveland and the Chargers. Those aren't the only 2 games in a row that we've lost, though. We have now lost like 6 games in a row, I think it is. I'm looking it up real quick. Ed, if actually you could look that up real quick. We still have both Marvin Lewis and Hugh Jackson here running the show, with rumors flying around that Hugh Jackson is going to be the next coach. Andy Dalton and AJ Green, both done for the year. Injuries keep on coming. I think right now we have 16 players on IR. We are officially eliminated from the playoffs, and
darn,
it's ugly, man. For a team that started off 5-1 to be 5-7, I think it is 5-8.
They got a worse record than the Browns.
It's ugly.
It's not good.
The Browns could make the playoffs.
The Browns will make the playoffs. No, I'm not going there, but the Browns, I made a statement on this podcast after the draft that Baker Mayfield would turn this team around, and once they got rid of Hugh, he turned the team around.
So I got the schedule pulled up here. We lost to the Chargers. We already knew that. We lost to the Broncos and Cleveland, so I missed the Broncos game there.
Oh, yeah, I remember that loss.
Yep. I totally forgot to. I apparently
it was a bad loss.
Blocked that loss out of my head altogether.
It's all right.
We also lost to the Ravens. We lost to the Saints. We had our bye week. We somehow beat the Buccaneers. We lost to the Chiefs. We lost to the Steelers.
You know what we didn't do?
What did
he did? Double dip on the ice cream cone.
So, like I said, we started off 5-1. We've now dropped 7 in a row.
7 in a row?
Yeah. It's been pretty bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I lied. 5 in a row.
I was getting ready to go back and count because I was pretty sure it wasn't 7 in a row.
Yeah.
By the way, how are we doing this podcast right now with the Buster Douglas Mike Tyson fight on ESPN? Throwback. Throwback.
In any case, so yeah, we got the Raiders up next.
Well, okay, so the Raiders are horrible.
They're horrible, but they just won a game.
It just beat the who they beat? The Steelers?
Yeah.
God. Why did the Steelers lose those games?
Trap games.
Trap money. Oh, sorry. It sounds like Gruden has full control of that team now.
Yeah.
Because he just fired their GM.
He's traded away everyone.
Everyone. I don't.
So, worrying less about the Raiders.
There's a possibility we don't win another game this year.
I don't disagree.
Because Raiders, Cleveland, Steelers.
That's it.
That's it?
That's it. Thank God it's almost over. Thank God it's almost over. Yeah, in that order, we have the Raiders, Cleveland, and the Steelers. Obviously, we've been decimated by injuries.
Yes.
We have been killed with players going to the IR.
Yes. It's not an excuse, though.
It's
next man up.
Yes and no.
Wasn't that Marvin's motto a few years ago? Next man up. Next man up.
That's
next
because
man up.
Bill Belichick said it one day.
I hate those.
You don't need sayings. Just literally be better.
I'm going to ask you about that in the questions.
Where do you start with this next rebuild, though? Do we need to blow this? Do we just need to blow this team up? Do we need to keep trying to build around Andy, AJ, and this defense that apparently we've seen that it used to be great. Now it's statistically a dumpster fire.
Here's a stat that came up on Twitter this week. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Joe Goodberry, right?
Yeah.
Athletic.
Yep.
Chad Johnson, first 8 seasons, 612 receptions, 8,905 yards, 53 touchdowns.
Okay.
Chad Johnson was a pretty good player, wasn't he?
Yeah. By all counts.
Ocho.
Yeah.
AJ Green.
Yeah.
First 8 seasons, 602 receptions, just 10 off of Chad. 8,907 yards, 63 touchdowns.
Okay.
So here's my point. Before we can decide where the rebuild is, because we have players, that just proves we have players. We know AJ's a player.
Right. The league knows AJ.
We have to find out what Marvin's going to do.
Well, and that was my next question is, what pieces do you think we need for this team to be successful next year?
We don't know until we find out what Marvin's going to do.
I think with the pieces for the team itself are in place. But there's no leadership.
No.
Your leadership is gone. It was a lame duck season.
And Hugh Jackson's not the answer.
It was a lame duck season for Marvin. Agreed. Actually, I was excited initially about Hugh Jackson being here.
I wasn't.
But unfortunately, with Mike Brown at the helm, your list of candidates of head coaches for these Cincinnati Bengals, at least of experienced head coaches, your list is going to be relatively short because you have to find somebody who can get along with Mike Brown.
Here's what I do know.
You cannot lose games in the NFL and still win.
You can't.
I mean, was that John Madden?
No, I don't remember who that was.
It sounds like something John Madden would say.
It was Dilfer, maybe? I don't know.
Trent.
But how about, okay. Let's start from the... Can we get headsets at work?
Well, if it wasn't Marvin having issues trying to hit the button to get to the guy with the helmet, now it's the fact that we have to use Walkie Talkies.
Walkie Talkies? What is this?
I don't know.
I almost said shit. What is this? This is some Mickey Mouse horse football, to quote that Steelers guy. And then Marvin. So Hugh's supposed to be his assistant, right? The assistant to the assistant, right?
To the regional,
yeah. To the regional manager. Marvin says in his press conference, yeah, I probably should have called a timeout before we went for that too. But, I was busy with other things.
What does that even mean? Getting the defense ready?
Yeah. So, what is Hugh doing?
No.
It's easy assistant to the regional manager. He should be saying, hey.
I don't know what any of them are doing. Like I said, the whole team.
Timeout.
The whole team's a dumpster fire. Nobody's taking these games seriously except the guys who want to make sure they're playing on a team next year. And Joe Mixon and Tyler Boyd. God bless both their hearts. I hope to God,
I owe them a
neither of
steak.
them get injured like grotesquely for playing their asses off.
I hope not too.
During a season that's lost.
I hope not too.
Because those two dudes, they don't stop.
I saw Marvin run on the sideline this week.
Was it an accident?
He must have saw a burrito.
There was a donut.
I'm just saying we can't rebuild until we fix the microphones. We can't rebuild until the headsets, whatever. We can't rebuild until we get rid of these Walkie Talkies. We can't rebuild until we get a new assistant to the head general manager. We need to move on. And
it's time.
Mike Brown is just going to be like, well, we'll find out what Marvin wants to do. It's the team option, but we're going to find out what Marvin wants to do. How does he have this much power over the city?
IDGAF, what Marvin wants to do.
Exactly. I don't give an F either. Took me a minute. You got to give me these acronyms ahead of time.
I don't want to talk about the Bengals anymore.
Okay, what do we want to talk about?
Reds.
When I wake up in the morning and the alarm gets out of warning, I don't think I'll ever make it on time. By the time I grab my books and I give myself a look, I'm at the corner just in time to see the bus fly by. It's alright, 'cause I'm saved by the bell.
I think we're still saved by the bell.
I think we are. We'll have to see how things go. Currently, the Reds' upper management is at the MLB winter meetings, where there have been a flurry of rumors involving the Reds.
And that's all they are.
Currently, yes. I love that we're being mentioned so frequently, though, because it does show that we're having conversations. And that's encouraging. So with that said, some of the rumors coming around right now are that we are showing interest in the Astros ace Dallas Keuchel, in the Indians ace Corey Kluber, in the Indians pitcher Trevor Bauer, in Milwaukee's pitcher Wade Miley, in center fielder from the Diamondbacks AJ Pollock. Billy Hamilton, he's gone. He is gone. He signed today with the Royals. Gonna miss the energy.
A nice little ad out there on the Facebook or Twitter.
His thank you to the city.
Yeah.
Yep. Gonna miss his energy. I feel like he was infectious, positive energy in the dugout, on the field, just always smiling. In that sense, he reminded me an awful lot of Brandon Phillips. Also defensively, and the fact that he was all about the highlight play reminded me an awful lot of Brandon Phillips. Just wish he could have had just any percentage of Brandon Phillips' stick. That's stick. Just wanted to make sure that word came out right.
Gotcha.
Also, some of the other rumors, the Reds could be trading Scooter Gennett, which I feel like
it's time.
I'd hate to see him go, to be quite honest with you, because, again, great guy to have in the clubhouse. Great story. But we're actually moving a guy at the ceiling instead of after we've gone over the hill.
Exactly.
Yes.
And this is what we did not do with Todd Frazier.
Nope.
As much as I did not want to move him, this is not what we did. We did
Jay
not
Bruce.
Jay Bruce. All those players.
Johnny Cueto.
Yeah, sure, Cueto too.
Aroldis Chapman.
Billy Hamilton.
Yeah, all these guys. Also, you brought some news to me when we were sitting down here kind of going over pregame notes.
Yeah,
tell me about the Homer rumors.
So Ken Rosenthal tweeted about dinner time today, 5:30, that the Dodgers and Reds have talked multiple times. Sources tell The Athletic. Different packages being discussed. Puig, is that how you pronounce it? Puig?
It's Puig.
Thank you. In play, as well as other LAD outfielders and pitchers. Dodgers want to clear money for other pursuits. Puig projected $11.3 million in arbitration. That's per the MLB trade rumors.
Puig would beat the holy hell out of the ball in this stadium.
Well, in one variation of this deal, the Dodgers would take back Homer Bailey from the Reds and his remaining $28 million commitment as a way of buying prospects. Bailey's CBT number, is $17.5 million. The deal is complex and is still in discussions.
So essentially, we'd keep his contract Like we'd eat the money and we'd
No,
get prospects back.
No, they would. The Dodgers would take $28 million, but because of how much it's basically it's not as big of a hit to them as it is to us. They're trying to move. They're trying to
like Brandon Phillips' deal when we traded him, and still
they're trying to make room for Bryce Harper.
Well,
so, but I would take Puig.
Like I said, Puig would have a great time in this ballpark.
Oh, he would destroy it.
And I think our outfield immediately gets better.
Him and Votto next to each other
in the lineup.
Yeah.
And then when Winker gets back.
Oh yeah.
And if we move Scooter, you got Senzel somewhere in there.
Oh my God! Why you get me excited about baseball?
Because it's been a while for us to have something to be excited about.
I did not go to Reds Fest this year.
I didn't go to a single game. I take that back.
Did I go to
I went to one game where somebody gave me tickets last year. But I didn't pay. I didn't give the Reds any of my money outside of the refreshments that I had while at that game.
I did not go to a single game this year.
You didn't go to any games this year for anybody.
I went to Bearcats.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, that's how down I am on this team. Like, I did not go to Reds Fest. Reds Fest is usually my thing. It's my jam.
Listen.
Bill and I go down there and get autographs, check out all the cool memorabilia. Like, I had no ambition to go this year.
If we can somehow pull off a free agency signing of Dallas Keuchel.
Okay.
And you get a mid-level guy like a Wade Miley. I don't know if you know anything about Wade Miley or not.
I do not.
So he only pitched 16 games last year. He was injured. And he, I believe, had an ERA in the 2s. But again, that's only in 16 games. But he's a ground ball pitcher. 53% ground ball pitcher. Dallas Keuchel, also a ground ball pitcher.
Right.
Which is why they're targeting these guys specifically. So say you have Dallas Keuchel as your one. You have Wade Miley and or Matt Harvey come back as your 2-3.
I think Harvey's definitely coming back.
As your 2-3.
Yeah.
And somewhere in there you sprinkle in a Anthony DeSclafani and a Luis Castillo switching in and out with Sal Romano. And I don't know if there's room for Malley at that point or not up here, because he didn't make it the whole year last year before his arm was tired.
Right.
So if somehow you're rolling with a combination of those 8 guys, 7 guys, that's a way better looking stable going into the season.
I was looking up some Nick Senzel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to play it.
He's still injured, by the way. He said at Reds Fest he's still injured.
Are we okay with a cuss word?
You literally said shit, and I've said hell, and...
Apparently this is Nick Senzel's Snapchat.
What's up, fuckers?
No, that's about him.
What's he doing?
That was all?
That's it.
Alright. Huh.
That's not a Snapchat. That's Facebook Live.
So, I don't know. There's things to be excited about. Also, a rumor that came out this week, and not a rumor, I guess. It was out of the horse's mouth himself. David Bell said he is not opposed to Michael Lorenzen getting time in the outfield.
Oh, that's the other thing.
Yep.
So, Reds Fest, Bill went down there on Friday night. He played bingo. That's his thing. Apparently, Reds ownership was just destroying Bailey. So apparently in bingo every year, Reds ownership gets drunk and just starts passing things out.
Like information?
No, just like, all right, the next person who wins this game, gets
jersey.
Gets my suite for the next for a game. And the people are like, that's not in the package deal. We didn't. The guys who are running bingo,
they're freaking out.
I'm giving it away.
I don't know how we're gonna do that.
I'm giving it away.
How are we gonna work this out? They're already giving away.
I think Bill said that one year they told him somebody to go downstairs to the Authentics booth and just grab a bunch of jerseys and come up. I don't know.
Probably.
But apparently he wasn't saying very good. They weren't saying very good things about Homer Bailey. I don't remember what they said. That was 2 weeks ago.
There's nothing good to be said.
Well, that's true. So bye Homer Bailey. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Let's ship him off. All right. Rounding third.
I don't have any music for that.
It's been a while since we've been able to round third and head for home.
True statement.
So, starting off, are you as excited about the new Avengers movie as I am?
I don't watch Marvel comic movies.
Get out of here! No! Oh, it looks so good. Jeremy Renner's character's back. I don't know if you knew this or not, but he wasn't able to be Hawkeye in the last Avengers movie because he had 2 broken arms from when he was filming Tag. So he's back, and he is transforming his character from Hawkeye to Ronin, apparently. Also, there was like a real sad, like the trailer just came out this week. Real sad, like Iron Man talking to Pepper Potts through his like helmet communicator.
What does this all mean, Basil?
As he's lost in space. So everybody is like tweeting NASA this week saying, go save Tony Stark.
Well, did you hear about your boy Steph Curry too?
Well, we're going to get there.
Okay, all right.
So I'm so excited about this new movie. Anyway, sorry to nerd out.
You're fine. It happens sometimes. So, have you ever had to have any kind of like surgery done where you're under anesthesia?
No. Well, as a wee little baby child.
So
I had tubes.
I remember when I got my
wisdom teeth
pulled out.
Yeah, they only put me on laughing gas.
That's what I'm talking about, laughing gas.
Yeah.
Sorry, not anesthesia. There's this video, and it's went around a couple. I think it was last year.
Okay.
There's this video, and I think it's here in Cincinnati, of this kid who's coming off of it. I don't know what he got done, but does this? I think this is some scary stuff that I feel like. Tell me if you'd be scared of this happening.
But not done yet?
Nope. They just got the first stage started.
No way.
Yeah.
So this guy's just laying in a hospital bed and his dad's recording him, just so you know.
Yeah.
Dad.
What?
I love you.
I love you too.
Can you see me?
Yep.
Can I see you?
Nope.
Why?
Because you need to rest.
I know I need to rest. I need to put my hands down and my head back and take a nap.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yep.
Alright. Well, I can hear. Good night.
Good night.
Love you.
I love you too.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
That's where he starts crying because
Hey, bud.
How's it going?
I heard you're having a good time.
Oh, I'm having a good time, alright?
You are?
Yeah.
Good.
Hell yeah. Show me your tits.
Oh no.
I'm just messing around.
Hey, quit.
I know, I'm so
Quit.
high.
You tell her you're sorry.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to say that.
Oh no.
Dad, do you need anything?
No, I'm good, thank you.
You guys give me an extra dose. This is crazy. I ain't never heard nothing like it. Get this on Snapchat. Yeah, it's just me and you?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
You be respectful when women come in.
I know, I'm sorry. Right now I'm having it. I'm going to school tomorrow?
I don't think so, buddy.
Cool, are you sending me over to UC?
Probably in the morning they are.
Alright, bet.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, guys.
How you feeling?
Pretty good.
I heard you were feeling good.
Yeah, sorry for what I said earlier.
Oh, I wasn't in here. Did you say something mean?
Yeah, I said something mean. I told her to show me her tits. I didn't mean to, you know? It was just out of instinct.
Out of here.
I'm so in pain right now.
You still in pain?
I mean, I'm not in pain. I'm just high.
Yeah.
Am I going to be alright?
You got a cool rod in your leg.
I got a cool rod?
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! Rod.
He say a rod in his leg?
There's another 30 seconds.
Hey, get out of here.
That'd be the worst.
That'd be awful.
That'd be horrible.
So we were talking about Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Do you agree with Steph Curry? Did we go to the moon? So for those of you who don't know, it made news this week that Steph Curry is a conspiracy theorist And as much as I don't want to like Steph Curry, it's just another reason for me to like Steph Curry, that he's a fellow conspiracy theorist and he does not think we went to the moon. NASA has actually offered to bring him into their headquarters and show him around at NASA to prove to him that we have indeed gone to the moon.
All right, so I've always been, yeah, we went to the moon. Why would we make something like that up? Oh, well, I know we were trying to beat the Russians, but whatever. We beat them in Rocky IV. I just... Oh, jeez. There's just been so many things that have been coming out that I'm like, gets me thinking. Like,
aliens and UFOs aren't conspiracy theory anymore.
Why is the flag waving?
It doesn't make sense, does it?
It doesn't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't make any sense. And if you speed it up, and it's not slowed down, it looks like real time, just driving around the desert.
But then if you say that to Buzz Aldrin, he's gonna punch you in the face.
Is he alive still? Is he still with us?
I don't remember.
So he may not be able to punch anybody.
So he may not be able to come here and punch us in the face.
So that's
I don't.
My question.
You know,
I feel like it's at least debatable at this point.
I'm on the edge.
I think points can be made for either side, as they well have in well-documented cases that have been on regular TV, not like the Sci-Fi Channel late night when the conspiracy theorists are watching YouTube clips of the same stuff anyway.
Right.
But
I'm not
on like
YouTube
Fox,
theorist.
You know?
Yes, Buzz is still with us. He's 88 years old.
All right, good. Glad to hear he's still with us.
Oscar just turned 70?
I don't know, but him not being at these games makes me worry about the condition of his health.
What's your favorite type of Christmas cookie?
Ooh. Man. So that's a great question.
By the way, Buzz is still tweeting too. He just tweeted 6 hours ago.
I like a good Snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle is not a Christmas cookie.
Why?
It's
sometimes.
Man, I'm scratching my head on that one. I don't know.
Itching your beard. Beard is weird.
We just made another trade.
Who?
FC Cincinnati.
Oh.
Acquired Kendall Watson.
I already talked about that.
Then why does it say 47 seconds ago? Sorry.
Key Kamara.
That's right. Sorry. Go ahead. Snickerdoodle. We were talking about Snickerdoodle.
I don't know. I mean, how many different... I feel like if you make them around Christmas, they're Christmas cookies, man.
I mean, a Christmas cookie is going to be like a gingerbread cookie, right? Or...
Those kind of suck.
Or those ones that have the white powder on the outside of them. The white, not that kind of.
What about
powder.
The ones that are like peanut butter with the little Hershey Kiss?
Right.
Are those?
How about those?
Are those
the sugar, the peanut butter sugar cookies with the Hershey Kiss in them?
Yeah.
How about those?
Are those Christmas cookies?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll put those on there. I don't know. My sister always makes a whole bunch of dope ass cookies every year for.
Where's your sister at?
And she's in Massachusetts.
Hey.
Bring some cookies when you come home for Christmas.
You know the P.O. box?
Yeah.
Send it to the office.
Anyway.
Word.
What about that new Meek Mill, though?
Dude, there's fire on that album. There's fire on that album.
It's good. It gets you hype. We listened to it the whole way down. It gets you hype.
Yes.
What's your favorite track?
I don't know. I mean, I initially pulled it up for the Jay-Z track, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good track.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I initially pulled it up for. What's Free, right? But there's so other there are so other. I can't talk, dude. There are so many other bangers on there. Oh, sorry.
We in the championship.
Didn't mean that to happen. There are so many other bangers on there. So, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe On Me featuring Cardi? No?
There's so many good songs.
I don't know.
I like Champions a lot.
Oh, that's a good one too. Champions. Yep. I have a question for you, but my phone keeps turning off. Hold on. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now, but it's got Seth Rogen in it and the dude from Third Rock from the Sun.
What?
And Falcon from the Avengers. It's a comedy.
I don't know that I know of such a movie.
It's so funny.
The Night Before?
Yes, that's the one.
2015? For the last 10
That's
years,
the
lifelong
one.
buddy, Ethan. Is this just another pothead movie?
Yes.
Okay.
It's really funny.
It's a good movie.
So, keeping with the Christmas theme,
Okay.
have you done any Christmas shopping yet?
Dude, yes.
And was it all online, or did you actually go to stores?
No, it's online.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Actually, last night down here in the basement, I got most of Michelle's done. We literally we didn't go to a store to get Parker and Bryce's. We literally sat on Target.com Sunday night and bought things.
That's hilarious.
I
figured as much, but
I mean, I haven't had time to go to the store, man. I was just at Target tonight, but I didn't have time.
All right.
Plus, when you got the kids with you, it's hard to do that. So.
All right.
So, I don't know. Maybe it's just the time of the year.
Yeah.
But I'm really starting to get into boxing again.
Yeah.
And,
is that why it's on right now?
Well, also because people are tweeting about it.
All right.
But here's what I want you. Are you a fan? So here's my question: are you a fan of boxing?
No.
Okay.
Although
You're more into the MMA.
Although I will no, if I had to pick, yes.
Okay.
But I will say one of my favorite games as a kid, growing up in like high school and stuff, Fight Night was dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know why they stopped making it. I guess
because boxing's not that popular.
And I think it was because they started doing the same exact game but for MMA.
Yeah.
So they just
the same exact.
So they just put all their money and resources into that.
It was the same exact game.
What they should have done is merge the two and let you pick if you wanted to box or do MMA.
That actually would have been tight. But here's what I would like you to do, and
especially since the lines are blurring now anyway.
I only need you to watch one round, and I want you to watch Gotti versus Ward. So Arturo Gotti versus Mickey Ward, which from the movie The Fighter.
Send me a link this week.
Okay. Round 9 of their fight.
Send me a link.
You will watch this and you will wish that boxing was like this again. This is back in 2003.
Okay.
I think. And you
back
will.
When men were men.
Right. Well, you know the story about Mickey Ward. You've seen Fighter, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, watch this and tell me that if boxing was still like this, you wouldn't watch it. So it's a two-part question. First,
listen,
do you like boxing?
Boxing movies are sweet.
Oh, Rocky?
I'm still excited.
Have you seen Creed 2 yet?
2.
Oh, I
haven't seen it yet.
I need to see that.
I've heard very good things about it.
I've heard.
I heard it's better than Creed.
Matter of fact, I was in Philly when Creed 2 came out, and I was afraid of mentioning it.
What's that other movie? That other boxer movie with
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
Southpaw. Still haven't seen it.
That one was amazing.
Is it good?
Yes. Highly recommend. And the soundtrack's really good.
I was flying from Philly
phone.
to Cincy, and I tried to download it so I could watch it on the plane. Download it through Netflix.
Worth a watch. For sure, worth a watch.
I gotta check that out. But yes. I was in Philly, and in Creed 2 it just came out, and I was afraid of mentioning it.
Yeah.
But they're actually big fans of it in Philly too. Huh. Didn't make it to the Rocky statue.
All right. Well, that's on you.
I know.
That's almost Bum of the Week worthy.
Okay. So we want to go into Bum of the Week?
I got one more question.
Oh, go for it.
Do you expect Ric Flair back in the ring now that he's cleared to be back in the ring?
I just saw that.
Yep.
Ric Flair got that drip.
Woo!
Okay, so I watched the Ric Flair documentary.
Yeah.
Okay. And he can't stay out of a ring.
No. I 1000% expect him back in the ring.
But will it be in WWF?
Where else would it be?
One of those other Ring of Honors or whatever.
He won't. I don't think he'll go anywhere else but WWE.
But he retired.
Yeah, well, so would Hulk.
That's true. Who apparently might come back at WrestleMania.
He was banned from the entire...
You didn't want to do this episode.
I still don't want to do that episode. I'm just saying, I know these things. These are common knowledge things.
All right, then.
Popped up on my Twitter feed, probably from something you subscribe to. Because I don't even sign on.
Did
my
it
own
pop
Twitter
up on the?
Ever?
Did it pop up on the part of the punctuation feed?
It was like, yeah, it was.
I think we follow Ric Flair on there.
Probably
do.
All right. Bum of the week.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
You are a bum. You're a bum. And that's all you'll ever be. A bum.
Well, that hurts, man.
Every time. My bum of the week is Hanky McSpanky for several reasons. A, that effing nickname, Hanky McSpanky. B, for looking the way that you look. For those of you who don't know, he looks like Riff Raff the rapper.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're welcome for that. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And C, don't talk smack before even stepping foot into a crosstown shootout. Oh, everyone's going to hate me. I can't wait. I'm just going to smile. Shut up, man.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, didn't work out so well when Trey Scott just kept bumping into you and then gave credit to your boy on Twitter for all the bumps and elbows. Little dude. Little white dude, walk on.
Sam.
No, not this year's. From a couple years back. Last year.
Jack Tobler.
Yeah, Zach Tobler. He gave him a shout out on Twitter. Said, yeah, I couldn't have done it with all the bumps and bruises down low from you.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
That's who you compare him to? Yeah, that's not a compliment. Hanky McSpanky. Get out of here. Bum.
Tobler's a good player.
What you got?
All right, so this is probably going to need your insight. So our old middle school, Pleasant Run Middle School, sent a letter home for the choir, just telling people what the winter choir concert attire was supposed to be. Now I remember being in middle school and being in the band, and we had to wear like a shirt and tie, right?
Yeah,
required.
Yeah.
In high school, shirt and tie, required.
Pretty sure, yeah, that was the same for choir,
right? So this letter comes out saying that men have to wear a long sleeve dress shirt.
Listen, we had Michael Spresser, all right? So, yeah, it was definitely required shirt and tie.
Yeah. And it says that ladies have to wear white blouse, dress pants or dresses, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And it's basically normal stuff, right?
Except even when I was there, it became a point of contention for people who couldn't afford to go out and buy an outfit just for choir.
So, concert hairstyles for men. Men should receive the appropriate barber attention in the evening before the concert. Now, okay, maybe
that's
not.
That's a bit dramatic.
That's a bit out there. All right. Mohawks, barber designs, and large afros are not acceptable. Men with long hair must have it, whatever, in a ponytail, right? So, what happens now is this letter goes out, and because we can't talk to people in society anymore, the parents have to take to
social
media and the news to say, I cannot believe that this teacher is telling me that I can't have an afro, or I have to wear this, or I have to go to a cosmetologist, because apparently they said something about like,
I mean, I'll be the first to tell you that entire letter that I heard after the dress code. Because I think the dress code, you can go to the thrift store and get all that stuff for about $3.
Yeah, you can.
I've put outfits together like that for Halloween and what have you, very similarly.
But it's not required. It says ladies are strongly encouraged.
The hair thing? Come on, man. That's all bullshit.
Okay, and so I agree. So what do we do in this situation? First year teacher, right?
Yeah.
What do we do in this situation?
You throw the letter away.
You could do that. Or you could call the teacher up and say, hey, what do you mean by this? My son or daughter can't afford to go to a cosmetologist or whatever. Is that going to be an issue? No, it's not.
Just say brush or comb your hair.
So maybe he used bigger words in the letter than he should have, but instead of going to the social media and going to the news, pick up the phone and call somebody.
I don't like it. hair is one of those things you should be able to express yourself with.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
I'm just saying, man.
So would you have loved to have had somebody have a... I'm not going to go to that topic.
All right. Awkward segue. What's in Ed's fridge?
It is now time for everyone's favorite segment. What is in Ed's fridge?
All right. So I'm saving the Christmas beer for next week for Christmas. So that leaves us, and we got the same one for Christmas, by the way. So that leaves us with, you want the Braxton or the Mad Tree?
Braxton.
All right.
What's this? Ooh, Spotlight.
Have you had it before?
No.
All right. So I have, this is a staple beer in a lot of places, actually. I have Psychopathy.
Okay.
Unless you'd rather have the Psychopathy.
Nope, you go for it.
All right. So Psychopathy is by Mad Tree. It's an India Pale Ale, also known as an IPA. Alcohol by volume 6.9%. Yeah. What you got?
So I have the Braxton Spotlight White IPA, also known as an India Pale Ale. Let's see what we got going on here. Hide their stuff from me. 6% alcohol by volume, 35 IBU.
Not my favorite IPA. Definitely not the worst.
This is an IPA I can actually drink.
I like it.
I don't do IPAs usually.
I wouldn't want a full 6-pack of these. If I don't know, if I'm sitting down drinking IPAs, I want to keep switching up my IPAs. I don't want to just like drink the same IPA over and over and over again.
I understand.
If that makes sense. So, yeah, anything else you got?
I forgot to mention to you, we do have a punctuation pardon.
Already?
Well, it came in from back on November 26th.
Oh.
So it has to do with our episode with Brandon.
Okay.
Right before the so this is from Joe.
Yeah.
Let's take a listen.
This is Joe Stegbers. I had a pardon for Brandon from the Cleveland Browns Cincinnati Bengals week. He mentioned that they were missing Joey Bosa from early this season. Well, he is a Charger, and his brother, Nick Bosa, who left. And yes, they are missing him. Go Bucks.
Huh.
So he said Joey Bosa instead of Nick Bosa.
Got him.
Got him.
All right. Well, if that's all we got.
I think that's all we got.
For Ed, I'm Aaron. We out.
We out.